Hey, so if you're curious to know how you can calculate your debt to income ratio, well, you found the right video. Hey, Daniel, cue in that intro, please. Hey, how's it going, friend? Juan Pablo here. Now, on this channel, if you're new, we like to discuss three major pillars to financial freedom. First pillar, personal finance. That relates to everything from budgeting to credit repair to calculating your ratios and all that good stuff. We also like to discuss funding, having a repeatable source of investment capital, and last, certainly not least, real estate investing. We like to focus on multi-units and multi-family properties to get you closer to financial freedom. Now, to get you closer to financial freedom, if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. So that way, Google, YouTube, the algorithm can do its thing and provide you with additional videos to help you get closer towards your goal of becoming financially free. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's dive into the topic. So this is the Share Hub. This is pretty much useful for people within our community, members or students. So we have a ton of resources that we like to share with them. So I'm just going to show you one additional resource on the previous video, which I'll drop here. Just check the video below. I mentioned about how to break down and calculate a mortgage. So this video, I'm going to share with you how to calculate your debt to income ratio. So this is more of a personal finance pillar that I'm going to discuss today. So let's jump into it. All right. So you click on this link and it will populate, which is up here already, but I'll just do it again. Now, this is the debt to income ratio calculator through Bankrate. Now, this is really good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of the stuff because it's, they could say it better than I could, but you can easily find this stuff online, simple calculators. So I like to use a lot of some calculators we have that are a tad bit more robust, like deal analyzers. You might not be able to find those online, but in regard to simple calculations like your debt to income ratio, calculating mortgage, Bankrate is a great resource. So let's dive into it. So first thing first, what is a DTI and why is it important? Well, I'm just going to read this here. A debt to income ratio is derived by dividing your monthly debt payments by your monthly gross income, not net, but gross. Okay. The ratio is expressed as a percentage, and lenders, mainly mortgage lenders, use it to determine how well you manage your debts and if you can afford to repay the loan. Because if they happen to see where your personal finances are concerned, that you're somewhat over leveraged. Let's say you're receiving $1,000 a month gross in income. $1,000 is, just make the math easy. Well, let's say 10,000. That's more reasonable, right? Let's say you're making $10,000 a month in gross income from your 9 to 5, but let's say 7,000 is going out towards your debt payments, covering things such as rent, mortgages, student loans, personal loans, auto loans, credit card payments, child support, alimony, all of these things. Then in that scenario, 7,000 divided by 10,000, that's a 70% DTI, which is extremely high. Most mortgage lenders, they like to see it below 50%. Anywhere between 40 to 50% is what they typically gauge to see if you're able to repay the debts, their mortgage, right? That's all they care about is your ability to repay. So they want to make sure you're not over leveraged with debt. And of course, if you have a debt to income ratio below 40%, then that's perfect. That means you're doing something major. You're a high income earner with limited expenses or debts. So that's excellent. Good. That's excellent. That's really good. Okay. Now, this should show you the calculations. Let's say we can do in here. Let's say you added up all your monthly debts. And that's one thing you should do. Just your minimum payments. We're not talking about the loan amount, but your minimum payment amount. So you should gather all your credit cards and see, okay, what is the minimum payment on my Bank of America, on my Wells Fargo, on my Chase? Okay, the total there is 300 minimum payment. Then you want to say, okay, well, now I have a mortgage. How much is my mortgage? Well, the mortgage is 1,000. So that's 1,300 right there. And let's say you have student loans. Let's say your student loan is $200 a month. So you're at 1,500 right there, right? Now, let's see if you have another loan. Let's say you have a personal loan. You got a computer or what have you, and you're spending 150 on that. So right now you're at 1,650. Okay. So monthly debt, we're going to calculate it in here, 1,650. Now, let's say your gross income you receive from your job. So gross is not your net. Okay. Your gross, meaning before taxes are taken out. Let's say you receive $3,000 a month in gross. Okay, let's say you're entry level, you're just getting started. So 3,000. So your debt to income ratio in that scenario will be 55%. Okay, and as I shared, the lower your income, the better. Now, many different mortgage lenders have different criteria. Some might say they want this percentage or that percentage, but that's the point of reaching out to them to say, to ask, hey, based upon, because I can give you a number, but at the time of recording, it may change by the time you watch this video, right? You might watch this video months from when I've actually created this video, so things can change. So you just want to make sure you go to the source, reach out to a mortgage lender, and just ask them, hey, what qualifies me in regard to my DTI? What percentage are you guys looking for? Okay. And here's a good question here. What is the ideal? It says here, they typically like a front end to be no more than 28% and the back end, including all expenses, to be 36%. So I said somewhere between 40 to 50, even lower is better, but it depends on the type of mortgage. So you see here, for conventional mortgages backed by Fannie and Freddie, these are the secondary mortgage markets. Lenders now accept a DTI ratio as high as a 50%. Okay, so it depends on the type of mortgage that you're looking for. All right, it all varies, okay? But if you want more information about debt to income ratios, what I'll do is I'll place this link in the description as well, so you guys can read this, because you might have questions about the front end, the back end, the ideal, how does it impact your credit. So it's a great resource here. It's on bankrate.com. So I'll put this in the description as well. All right, guys. And if you're interested in learning more about how you can qualify for multi-unit properties or how to get your hands on some, so that way you can start embarking upon that journey towards financial freedom, then all you have to do, my friend, is just check the link below in the description. Okay. We have a free training that shows you how to get multi-units, whether it's inside your market or outside, using OPM, other people's money. All right, guys, as always, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.